Magnificent. Over the weekend. Yes, giving you funds.
Yeah, ordinarily, that's expected.
Undeserved, but I was doing it. Sometimes we sacrifice. Kung Fu. The Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and Multimedia, and it's supported by Toyota Ghana Company Limited, Toyota Superior.
But Kojo, before you get into Koba, I'm just curious. So,
not
how do you say
not
precede Infanti?
not-
Oh no. I was precede Infanti. You know
thank
what I was going to say.
Yes.
Already,
yes.
you start.
No. I mean, clearly, I have to presume that you preceded.
So also the news, say it right, they precede newspaper headlines.
So how do you say preceding?
I'm country.
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
But you know that Infanti, it's
Yeah.
really English we are speaking.
That's
When you
true.
go to Kotokraba and they tell you, oh yeah, take education seriously. How many fancy words are in that sentence? But it's fancy.
Yeah, I agree with you perfectly.
Yeah.
It's complete acceptable.
So
fancy.
we say it right, we precede the news review and
I
Tasa.
support say it right in Fanti.
That's what I just did.
Brilliant. I love the part. I mean, clearly.
Me saying the right were fancy. Aye.
Yes.
But oh my fancy book, no, them not sure.
Oh, not at all. My mother is a fancy teacher, by the way. She writes fancy textbooks.
So your mother's textbook was it written in Anglo Fanti or what?
I'll ask my mother. All right, everyone can use Koba. It's got a payment channel for the big bosses, the market women, the mechanic, the cocoa seller, and the small shop owner. So sit back, relax, and just pay for your Old Students Association dues and contributions, transfer funds across all bank accounts on mobile money wallets, top up airtime and data, pay your insurance, TV subscriptions, utility bills, pay school fees, pay for that wachi. Do all of this and more on Korba and get free life insurance cover with Prudential Life while you transact your business on Korba. Use Korba and enjoy life's little pleasures. Download Korba on the Play Store or the App Store or access it via the WhatsApp channel 0242.
Safe driving saves lives. Drive safe.
Don't get crushed.
And owning a
Drive
car is
safe.
now so easy thanks to First Atlantic Bank. With a Pepper Auto loan from First Atlantic Bank, you can purchase that dream car and pay off in monthly installments instead of having to pay the full price all at once. All you have to do is pick up an invoice from an accredited car vendor and visit any First Atlantic branch in Accra, Tema, Takrady, Techiman, Tamale, and Kumasi to sign up to the Pepper Auto loan. And voila, you'll be cruising in that.
This road safety campaign is powered by Joy News.
Safe driving saves lives. Drive safe.
And this money post-event receptions have been banned, and all events to be held in the open for 2 hours. 25 million seed fund for National Vaccine Institute. That's also on the front page of the paper. But okay, so this is so important because we'll be going into it. Let me just give you the highlights of what the president said. So far we have some 4,521 active cases, and there are 1.4 million tests which have been carried out, and 102,000 people actually have gotten infected with the virus, with 96,000 recoveries, 350 cases on the daily. That's the infection rate, and there are 823 deaths according to the president, and 1.2 million have been vaccinated. But that's like, I mean, gotten first dose, but 405,971, which makes it a little around 1% that are still having full dose as we speak. The hope is that we will get the 2 million that we propose to get vaccinated by the end of the year, getting the vaccination required. And the hope is that all of these vaccines will be coming from COVAX, the US government, AstraZeneca vaccines from UK, and some Johnson & Johnson vaccines too. We are putting in place the measures required to be able to transport these, including cold chain facilities. But it's the protocols that's interesting, right? So the president is saying that, I thought we previously had banned funerals, but it does appear that in this, the president is saying that the funeral can happen, but you cannot do, it can happen for 2 hours. You can also not do reception after funerals and after wedding. This is because it's been identified that sitting together to eat, drink, laugh, dance, and talk in large gatherings without masks are the riskiest activities for spreading the funerals, and that is the main concern why they are going to
the virus.
That's just spreading the funerals. Spreading the virus funeral, they're spreading the same. All right, okay, so that is the main concern here. The other point the president also raised clearly was that workplaces should put in place a shift system and ensure that there's technology being used, mask wearing, social distancing, and hygiene protocols are followed clearly. Much of the things the president did not say is really whether he needed to apologize to us for going to the funeral and being part of the executive, as Evan Spencer will put it, executive COVID lawbreakers.
All right, listen, let's catch a little bit of what the president said. If you're with us on Facebook Live, we're going to show you a video of it. Of course, here on radio, let's hear the president.
Our nation, like many others, is experiencing a third wave of COVID-19 infections. Workplaces implement strictly the guidelines on staff management and workplace protocols, such as the use of a shift system and technology, mask wearing, social distancing, and hygiene protocols, as was required in the earlier days of the pandemic. Given that people sitting together to eat, drink, laugh, dance, and talk in large gatherings without masks are the riskiest activities for spreading the virus. All post-event receptions, particularly related to weddings and funerals, are banned. Government is also in the process of procuring 17 million Johnson & Johnson single doses per person vaccines through the African Medium Supply Platform in this quarter. We have, as such, upgraded our national, regional, and district cold chain facilities in order to widen our access to vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna.
So, in effect, that's what exactly the president says we are doing. The interesting part is that not long ago, when COVID was COVID and beginning, virtually every relevant country in the world, 86 different countries had a vision to try and work something at vaccine development. None was in Africa. And our very dear country, because African countries had met and agreed that we are going to join the queue for buying it when people develop it. Now, fast forward almost 2 years down the line, we are being told that we are not going to think about or plan on possible development of vaccines in this case. We just like being too late anyway. But that's a step in the right direction. The other question, though, is if sitting, drinking, and doing all of those things are the problem, I wonder how many of the bars will survive this directive. Because they say it's only for post-events like weddings and funerals. How about the many eating places that are virtually open every weekend, dancing, doing all of the things, including some of the nightclubs that my good friend Victor Brache is aware are always open. Yeah. Oh, the beaches there. We pretend that we don't know they are open, but they are still open. And yet we don't send any security men there to go and check it. I think that those are also equally very important places where these things can happen. So we should work at them anyway.
But I say we don't always think through some of these things carefully about the psychology of it. Okay, because people are doing these banned activities and posting videos of it.
Yeah.
There's a certain psychology that will drive such a behavior. Okay, they clearly do not fear any circumstance, whether it is enforcement circumstances or catching the disease circumstances. They fear no no circumstance. Why am I saying circumstance? Consequence.
Consequence, yeah.
They fear no consequence of these actions. There is a certain psychology behind it. We're not tackling that psychology. People are not afraid. They are not worried. And that is what we need to be attacking. But then who to do it? I mean,
well, let's get to the Daily Guide. And I'm coming back. That's Mahama is on the front page of the Daily Guide. It says that the Member of Parliament for Bole during the Eid delivered a message on behalf of John Dramani Mahama. That's Alhaji Yusuf Suleiman. And he said that former President Mahama, who's from Bole, has asked me to tell the good people of Bole Bamboy constituency that he has not forgotten of the good things they have done for him over the years, and that inshallah he is likely to come back to contest election in his party. And so they should use this special Eid al-Adha day to thank God and ask for good health, success, and victory for him. Okay, that's it. Slain cop in bullion van robbery buried. UPSC honors Napo. He was giving an honorary doctorate degree. And we are fighting demons and principalities, says Dr. Bamia. It says when you get into the public sector, he was also speaking at UPSA during the graduation ceremony. He says if you get into the public sector, you are likely, he says, you will see that you will be challenged by demons and principalities. The demons and principalities are all over the place, and you will have to fight them. And we are going to fight them. And we are going to win that fight.
With digitization, I believe.
Yes, it's part of it. It's part of it. Oh, I'm sure you listened to him. He says, look, the government's efforts towards building a robust economy through the application of ICT and digitization is on course and would not be compromised in any way.
That's right.
You know, it sounds like, I don't know the actual name of the actual title of the book, but I actually had a book that was studied at Legon. It has demons and what they call it, angels in the public policy making process. And something like that.
No.
The vice president
are demons and
principalities.
And we are going to hit them with some digitization. Look, this is
Anyway.
where Obinim has been going wrong.
He has been attacking the wrong side. Anyway, the Ghanaian Times was reported this morning, fight against COVID. Cosmos Energy supports Ghana Health Service with $50,000 cold van for transportation of vaccine. And it's also here. VIP decries, and I like the way they put it, demons and principalities in public service. And well, there's a general call on us to be more careful because the Delta variant is lethal, it spreads faster. I think we knew this a long time ago. In fact, according to the statement from the people, we even knew as far back as December of last year when brethren were gathering at funerals and doing things. Anyway, but Noguchi warns spikes hits 423 cases. Those are stories on the front page. With one more, Ofuasi Ayebi MP provides first medical theatre to support first doctor. To be fair, the Ofuasi Ayebi MP is also the Minister of Information. You know, I first got confused when I saw the Ofuasi Ayebi MP.
Oh, but I'm sure he did this in his capacity as MP.
Yeah, but
so they just put it there. So you know that the MP is working.
He went to the MP's car, not the minister's car.
Yes. Let's get to Jude. Let's get to Jude chapter 7. And don't forget Sodom and Gomorrah and their neighboring towns, which were filled with immorality and every kind of sexual perversion.
Yes, Chronicle.
Chronicle, yes. But that's a chronicle.
They were filled with what?
Sexual perversion.
No. That's not what you read. Which
Immorality
was filled
and
with
every...
Immorality and every kind of sexual perversion.
Okay. We need to pass some laws against immorality as well.
MPs vowed to pass gay bail into law as Twitter refuses to silence vociferous Ghanaian legislator. That's the splash of the Chronicle. Aggrieved OMC's alleged fraud in loading and pricing of products. So they're raising questions as to how people, some of them, get their products, because while many of them are selling at 6.23 cedis per litre, others are selling at 5.795. So they're asking, where do they get them? How is that possible? And I mean, these prices should be investigated, because you see some OMCs, and the price you see there is 5.795, 5.8 something, 5.9, and they're asking, where do they get them? Because from the source we got them, you can't be selling at that particular price.
If you want to run at a loss, what's your problem? It's not business.
It's business, but would you want to run at a loss?
For now. In the future,
Really?
they'll get more. If they attract more customers, they will get more money. Anyway. Now, the Ghanaian Observer is talking this morning.
Run at a loss.
Yeah, Baumia to youth. You are Ghana's future. Step up and be counted. And there's a major boost for healthcare in Ofuasi Ayebi. That story is in almost every single paper we have this morning. And Group Defense Health Minister over Sputnik V vaccine probe. And it's an interesting story also in the Ghanaian Observer. And the health minister has been very missing in the conversations after his continual appearance and disappearance before the committee.
Well, let's get to the Daily Graphic.
The president didn't say anything about that, did he?
No.
The Daily Graphic says the president reinforces COVID-19 restrictions, ban on post-event receptions, mass gathering last 2 hours. Noguchi sounds alarm bells over invisible Delta variant, and reclaim mining sites for farming. Council of State Chairman. Backpage. Ash Gold, Hearts, others in MTN, FA Cup semis. Asante Kotoko would not be there.
Now, the Business and Financial Times is reporting this morning, scrap planting for food and jobs, fertilizer subsidies. Peasant farmers, dealers not interested in the scheme. Subsidies already declined to 38% in 2021 from 50% in 5 years. That is on the front page of the BNFT.
Well, the Daily Statesman upon Nkrumah provides medical facility for constituents. Rising COVID cases alarming. President urges strict observance of safety protocols. Take advantage of government policies. Bamia admonishing the youth. And finally, the New Crusading Guide says promotion galore at Ghana Police as outgoing IGP promotes 1,842 personnel who have degrees.
Okay,
Nothing about Ofuasi Ayebi's
no, I haven't. No, it's here.
Oh, good.
Healthcare in Ofuasi Ayebi get major boost.
Oh,
as MP provides first medical theatre.
I was starting to get worried. Okay, then. So the online review is brought to us by the kindness of Zenith Bank in your best interest, Goyle Good Energy, and Enterprise Life. No matter how much you make for a living, Enterprise Life has life solutions carefully crafted for you. Enterprise Life, your advantage.
And Goyle higher grade fuels have been tried, tested, proving and accepted over the years as most suitable for all engine types, including the latest vehicles with the most modern engines. In addition to these superior qualities, Goyle higher grade fuels are further fortified with the SP3 additive multifunctional enhancer, making it more efficient, eco-friendly, and so at no extra cost. Goyle higher grade fuels come in Goyle Super XP Run 95 and Diesel SP, sold in every Goyle station and not just selected stations. So fill up with the Goyle higher grade fuels at Jibebea. Goyle Good Energy, Goyle, Yeah, yeah, dear.
Now, everyone wants that little extra. You can get it when you make payments with your Zenith Visa card. Get 10% cash back when you spend a minimum of 1,000 Ghana cedis in at least 5 transactions. How you pay matters, so use your Zenith Visa card and get rewarded. If you don't own a Zenith Visa card, get one today from a Zenith Bank branch near you. Issuance of the card is instant. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Okay, well, I would like to give a couple of headlines before we go for the BBC News, but I think we've got to go now.
Yes.
The BBC News up next, brought to us by
Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Sefi Brothers.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, a shiny purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Oh, come on, everybody, this is a bank.